So this is where I always think I'm on the squiffle. Well, I don't think I'm on the squiffle or not. Let's have a look. See if I can see what I'm doing. Hopefully everybody's well. It's the best way of saying it, isn't it? Hello, lovely. Righty-ho. So I'm on as well, so I've got the 2 streams on just in case. But yeah, let's have a little look. Hello. Oh no, frozen over. Moira, it's you then. You've done it. We'll blame Moira. There we go. Hopefully that should be all right. Let's have a look. Let's see. Evening, Ruth. No, I think we're all right. Let's have a look. Maybe it's because it doesn't want to focus on something. I don't know. I'll lose the plot. Now this is an A4, so it's obviously large, fitting in the screen. Let's have a look. There you go. A5, all good. There we go. Sorted. Hey, Sissy Pose. Oh, look, Maggie Moo. Maggie Moo. Hello, Maggie Moo. Bless. Hi, Anthony. Jan, Alison, Moira, Sissy, Rach, and the rest. Emma V. Hello. I'll mind that out the way. There we go. But yeah, we're in for a bit of fun tonight. Bit of a mixed, but definitely mixed media of to-doodles, that's for sure. Hello. Right then, so hopefully we're not frozen. Oh, there we go. Hi, Agnes. Hopefully you're well. What time are we on? Oh, look at that pimple pastel. Let's go for it then. Okie dokie. So, hi, Sarah. Hopefully you're well. There we go. So we have got Facebook on the go as well as YouTube. So hello to each and every one of you. Catch up will be available later. So whatever medium platform you're on, just do us a thumbs up, comment and all that nonsense. But I'm back. Oh, you're back, Moira. Fair enough then. So alcohol inks. You can do some fantastic backgrounds with alcohol inks. All sorts of nonsense. Mother wanted fairies, and that's what we ended up with today with that one. So yeah, I've done a bit of crafting with Mum today. And then I was just playing around as in the fact of I've got little demo-y bits. Now this was quite a nice technique, and I'll see if I've got time for that later. But the neons are gorgeous. I even done a bit of 3D embossing, faffed around and all that. So yeah, so alcohol inks are great. There's a lot of different things you can do with them. You can do shiny or pretty. You can put textured paste on them. You can put glazes on them. You can put different mediums on them, and you can put obviously inks on them. You can also paint on them, and you can do all sorts of daft things with them. So they're really cool, really fabulous. I just want to do a bit of an everything sort of thing. So I like to just get my creative mess out the way. So I wanted to show you that. Obviously I've done a bit of stamping. There's some pan pastels on there. Fabulous. Thank you everybody. I've done pan pastels on there. We've got alcohol inks. I've used VersaFine Claire. I also used what's the other one? I'll tell you, archival. There you go. Yeah, so I mean there was a lot going on with this, to be fair. And I also used some of the you know, like the micro pens as well, just to pull little bits out that I wanted to do as well. So there's a lot going on, and especially being it's a coated card, you know, it was really good. Hi Kim. Hi Chris. Hello. So it was really good to play around with it, and to get all the different effects. I'm learning a lot with alcohol inks. I want to do a really detailed flower. These plumes of nothingness to me. I really want to go proper, you know me, I want to go proper in depth with it. So this is my experimental stage at the minute. Hi Mama X, hopefully you're well. Lovely of you to join us tonight. So there's a lot of mediums can go on these cards, so don't just think it's got to be alcohol inks. It is a bit of everything, so don't worry about that. If I got chance, we'll have a play around with some backgrounds. We'll play with them. So tonight, the main part for me, just to get it out my system nonsense, I've got a couple of 3D embossing from Tim Holtz. This one I used earlier was with the timber. Well, it's called timber. It's obviously wooden. We're so excited to see this. Don't worry, it's okay. I'll be back. I'm just going to get this out of my system, and then we'll be back to alcohol inks. And bear in mind, we've got another live as well coming up. So, you know, don't panic. We've got plenty of time to do the adventure. So I've already put this through my big shot, and that's an A5 piece. Fits in lovely. I put a shim on with it. We have to start somewhere. Yeah, definitely. To be fair, the backgrounds, I like the backgrounds, but I just want to master a flower. Then once I've mastered the flower, that'll be it, sort of thing. You know me, that's ADHD for you. Master it, move on, sort of. I don't know, it's just one of them. But yeah, so this will make a lovely start. What was the name of the embossing plates? Okay, so this one, let me get the thing. That you know, that's going to be the easier option for me. So, okay, so this one is the large A5 textured fades. This is Tim Holtz, and blup, 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 blup. I don't know what's it called. Probably just fades. No, this one's called oh, there we go. So that one's entangled large. That's entangled, and then this one's lumber, and that's what I used on this one. But I want to see the effect I get off this one. Hi Lou. There we go. Who else we got? Marie. Hi Marie. And I've said hello to everybody else. Bless your cotton sockses. So yeah, so they're both large A5s. As I said, this one is entangled, and then the one I used earlier was the wood, and it's called lumber, which is that one there. These are absolutely fabulous. I mean, the detail in these alone, you can tell obviously with Tim Holtz, you don't scrap on any sort of detail. Timmy is doing the large. Yeah, these are the large ones. So large, as you can see, large A5, large A5. So the little A6s are no good to, well, I say they're no good to me. They would be, to be fair, but I'd have to just make sure I continuously use A6. So that's why I got the A5s. So worst case scenario, I can cut these down into A6s. Always go larger because you can cut it down, folks, at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? So let's put them out the way. So I'm using this one, which is entangled. I've already put it through the big shot and all that. I have got a Gemini, but I brought that for Mom because she couldn't do, you know, and all that. So yeah, and I'm very, to be fair, I mean, obviously you have a choice. I like how it's raised, you know, but then again, it depends on what you're doing with it, realistically. So that's that done and dusted. Now, I'm going to be totally transparent with you in regards to what I've used on what, so you can see the different techniques I've done. Obviously, this one is that design there, and I have put on some liquid pearls on this one, which I'm going to be playing around with tonight. This one is oil paints, and I found out quite a few different interesting things with this. I can see chat, but no screen, something wrong. I'd probably say Diane log in, log out sort of thing, if that's going to help. Might do. So this one, I'm going to tap retry, oh bless you. So is oils, and just it's like the flourish stencil. I've got two of them actually. So that's the one I use for my oils. As you can see, it's well loved and well killed off. But yeah, I mean, if you've got stencils, take your pick. Play the game with them, get your stencils out. It's all right having them there hanging. You're supposed to be using these things. So I'm going to start using a lot more of my stuff. I'm sick of collecting it and just looking at it and stroking it. It's time to start getting it messy and playing around with it. So I think that is absolutely stunning, and it's just 3 colours of oils, and then I've gone over it with stencils and products, okay, and I've gone over it with oxides as well. So everything that you've got, if you haven't got oils, that's fine, because there's no oils on this and these are oxides. So on this one, I obviously went through lumber, the 3D embossing folder, and then I've used textured pastes on these. I've used oxides, I've done sprays. I've absolutely hammered it because I just wanted to see the different effects, and I actually used the crackle paste on this one, and there is a gorgeous little crackle on it. Creative chaos, honestly, that's just me, total and utter creative chaos. So I'm going to go along these lines, but with this twist. And I know that's probably a bit of a, what? But, you know, that's me, you know, so let's do it. I've got to get the chaos out of me because I'm chatting fast, so I know I've got chaos there. So this is how I get it out of my system, all right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I am just going to spritz on some colour first of all. So let's just grab some colour. I'm going to stick with probably the browns. Oh, maybe a bit of rusty hind, actually. I'm going to put a bit of salvage patina on. Oh, I tell you what, I might put a bit of fossilised there. Oh, I tell you. See, this is where it goes diddly-doo-dah, isn't it? Because I just want to put everything on it. Oh, I tell you what, let me start with rusty hind. I love the outcome. Yes, this is, I really like this. So we're gonna play anyway. We're playing. So I am using a couple of different colours because you know me, I don't always go the same. As you do. So that's rusty hinge. Obviously they're all oxides. I'm an oxide girl, afraid to say. So those of you that got inks, use your inks, don't be shy, get them out, get them out. My last little bit of salvage patina by the looks on it. Yeah, why not? I absolutely love salvage patina. I need a brown. Hold on, shoot the cat. Vintage photo, there we go. Probably a little bit light, but this is only the under anyway, so there we go. That'll do for now. Okay. Let's get some water on it. Let's spritz it and mix it up. Now we're going to see how this fabulous folder is going to hold up now with that impression. Because obviously on this one, I didn't put a shim on it. So it didn't come through as nice as I wanted it to. That's why it ended up being chaos. But this has really raised really, really well. So I really want to pull in those different. This needs a bit of seedless preserve. This does. You know when you can just see the colours begging for some. It's just begging for it there and there. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I had to do that. Now I'm using Pink Frog Super Smooth because you know me, I can drown it. Now I have obviously manipulated it. Sorry, is that the right? Yes, it is raised. I'll show you in a second. It is raised. It is raised. So the underneath is, yes, so this is up where it's upwards. I'll show you in a second anyway. I'm liking what we've got there. Let me just dab off the edges. Not too worried about the puddles. Puddles, that sounded a bit iffy then, didn't it? But you can, while this is still wet, if you've got any, you can put on some of the distressed embossing powders. Now, obviously there's a wet surface there, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle a bit about here and there. It's translucent, so that means whatever's underneath it, and there isn't anything, it's just going to be paper. But I'm just want to put a bit here and there just to give a different texture. And I really ain't too fussed about what goes where, if I'm honest. Oh, I'll tell you what I have got. Rusty hinge, which I know we've got a bit of a mix of all sorts going on here. But this is what I love about creating carnage, because it makes no difference to me. You really don't. There is nothing going to be perfect about this at all. You raise me up, indeed. I like it. That ain't probably what most people say about me, but hey ho. You know when you feel like people are talking about you and you have that vibe. I've had that one today. Oh dear. Anyway, let's get the blaster on. We haven't had a singing. Oh no, we haven't had, you know, old MacDonald and all that. So all I'm going to do now is dry the card off, and obviously where I've got that bit of embossing, before it blows away, I'm hoping I can just get enough heat on it just to actually stick it to the card. So let me just, because obviously I've got to dry the card, and then I can just see it starting to go. And once you see that shine, you know it's done. So I'll move away gracefully. Let's have a look. Is that going to go? Yep, it's just starting. Perfect. Now, this isn't going to be a pure, nicely covered bit of embossing. It's going to be here and there, and that's exactly what I want. I don't want this to be perfect, far from it. Let me just do a couple of dabs here and there. That's I'm loving that bit there. I knew we had to have a little bit of seedless preserve on this. So, oh, there we go. And the embossing glaze is going. Perfect. Now this would look nice, you know, if you cut it up into tags, A6, maybe even an A7. So I'm not too worried if any of this glaze goes on. I bet you want any of it. Yeah, that's right, Ace. Never change who you are. Although at the minute I'm not too happy with who I am, because I just don't know where I am, you know. I feel for my family at the minute. Okay, let's just get this little bit on here. Okie dokie. So I am doing a lot of and that's only because I can still see a little bit of embossing glaze here and there. So I'm just going to tickle it over just to catch it. And it is literally just here and there. So now the water's dried, that glaze will dry. I know, I'm sorry for you guys. That's why I'm here with you, if I'm honest. It comes to something where you know where you're safe and where you're not safe. And you post in groups and you think to yourself, do I do this? Crazy. Oh, there we go, that's going as well. Yes, it's so reassuring to have a safe place to be. So reassuring. Okay. That will do. Goodness me, I can hear myself think now. Okie dokie. Let me just do a nice little thing here and go. Oh, look at Lisa's tidying up. Wow. Okay. Ta-da! Tidied. So let's have a look. So yes, we are in a safe place, and whatever's said in here is said in here under the intention it's not going to go anywhere else. So if anybody is spreading silliness or taking out conversations and putting a twist on it, it's always here on catch up. I never take anything down. So there you go. Right, so bless, deep breath. Megs is singing to you. Oh, Meggie Moo! Oh, love it that she's singing. Bless her. So we've got a bit of glaze on that. So viewers, those couple of different colours, and it's nice just to see how they landed on that, and it just gives that little bit of texture. Now, yeah, look at that. Nice, nice, nice. So I think that's really cute. Now, another way of adding texture without doing very much, let me just make sure I'm not using some of that silly card, and I'm just going to put this here, is with liquid pearls. Now, I'm not going to do little blobs and nonsense. Yes, drop my shoulders and breathe. I know. Bless you. Now, I'm going to do copper, pearl and chestnut. Oh, copper, pearl and chestnut. Why ever not? Let's have a look. Is it going to work? No. Have I got a pin? Yes. Am I going to kill it? Yes. Here we go. You ready? Splodge it in my eyeball now. Da, da, da. Every craft room should have a pin. That's all I'll say. You know, it makes sense. And it's not to burst anything. It is to squirt your bits and bobs out. See, now look at that now. It's still not... still don't like it. I wonder how long these have been on the shelf. Mind you, I haven't had them that long. Well, I have, actually. Since last year. But surely they should play, but... Dear me. Frustrating. Yes, this pin... where was this pin from? This pin was from Theo, yeah. Unlike the amazing thing that ain't going to work. So that's one for over there for me to look at and deal with. Let's put that there. Let's have a look and see if this one's going to work. Are you ready? This is how we get the big time painter. I know, it's great, isn't it? You're all waiting for it to splodge me in the eye. Oh, hello. You're all waiting for it to splodge me in the eyeball, ain't you? I just know you are. You're ever so thoughtful, ain't you, you lot? Right, here it goes. Lisa's going to splodge it in her eyeball. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to bring it down. Nicey, nicey, easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, maybe. Let's just put a bit along here. I use a hat pin. I think that is actually a hat pin, to be fair. Unless it's from, I don't know. I think it might have been from Creative Expressions, but I think it's a hat pin. I'd say a hat pin, if I'm honest. It looks like a hat pin to me. But we're all different, you know. Okay, so There you go. A bit of gunk down, but you've got shininess, you've got different colours. If you've got several off, you know, oh, crumbs, and I'm quite sure many of you have. Let me just see if this is going to, what's this one? Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. That one comes out. Ha, ha, ha. Woohoo. What colour's that one? Merlet. Should have guessed. Should have guessed. I should have guessed. Oh, look at that now. Oh, yay. Okay. So, let's have a look. Let me quickly do that. Let me quickly, because I've only got a thin coating on it. Let me just put that down like so. Let me just see if I can, hell yeah, let's do this. Why not? Why not? Why not? A little bit of looseness here and there. But you do what you want to do at the end of the day. I quite like that. Bit of something in there. Now you can put so many different things over that. You paste, textures, etc, etc. I'm going to quickly put a bit of paste over this one while we're waiting for this to fully dry out. And then we'll play on this one. That's the best thing when you've sort of got a couple of different things on the go. Let's move that over there. So I love that. You know something, I need to do more than just this one there. I have a few pearls. Merlot is good. Merlot is good. Honestly, it really is gorgeous. Absolutely. So I am just going to, nothing major. And, you know, if it lifts up, it lifts up. If it dies down, it dies down. I ain't too fussed, okay? All I'm going to do is just lift it up here, like so. And like everybody's doing nowadays, if you want to go like this for extra texture, carry on, you know. It's textured paste. Crackle, do whatever. In fact, I'm just going to pop it down here and just squidge it up the sides. Why not? So that's gone on to that. Dead easy. So all I'm going to do now is just grab me a lovely little tissue. There we go. Lid on there. And I'm going to just wipe. Gosh, wonders will never cease. Look at me wiping and cleaning, and gosh, I'll be doing the housework next. Crumbs. There we go. Okay, and I'm just going to pat that dry. There we go. Now, once that's dry, we can put on sprays, pastes, crayons, whatever. And again, it's whatever you want to do with it. Okay, so please don't just think you've got to do old granny dots and little pearls everywhere. I mean, don't get me wrong. If that's what you do, that's what you do. But there's so much more that you can actually do and create with these things, which is what I love about playing and experimenting. I really want these to work, you know. I might have to just cut the ends off or something and just try it or unplug it or something. But I'll deal with them. Okay, so I have put a light one over. So let me just see if I can give it a little blast. Stop swearing. Oh, have I swore? I beg your pardon. If I swore, I do apologise. I don't remember. I'm tasting some more now. I'm not some more tomorrow. I need the steak. Oh, fabulous. Take me with you. Right, let's just give it a little blast. There we go. The swear word is housework, yes. You know something? I just thought to myself, I don't remember swearing. Did I say a naughty word? And I thought, yeah, it was obviously housework. Dearie me. Honestly. You guys. Right, so I'm just, oh hello, we've got a bubble. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to let that do its thing over here, and I'm going to go back to this one. By the time I've done this one should be dry properly. And hopefully that's all good. I'm going in October. Fabulous, fabulous. Oh, it's nice to have some breaks and some, you know, time out and stuff like that. So yeah, fab. Okay, so on this one, so there was just a card. And as you can see, obviously the impression part is in. So up is the raised bit, as you were asking. So I don't know if you can see that on here. So if I buff over that now, so say for instance I've got peacock feathers. Let me grab a brush. If I wanted to go over, obviously it's going to be more hit at the top than in the grooves. Yeah, a bit of match. And again, you know, it's totally up to you and how you're seeing this and how you're envisaging what it is you're doing with this particular thing. Me, I've not envisaged anything. I'm just making a mess. Because I'll envisage something maybe when I'm doing something with the alcohol inks in a little bit. So I'm just saying it as it is. Let's put a bit of vintage photo on, I think. Wilted lilac would be good. Yes, it would too. Let me just whack a bit of grunge on first though. Let's just play the game. So for me, the reason why I'm putting the oxides in, I want to put some water on it. And I want some watermarks. I love my watermarks on this sort of style. So I just want to add, because we've got the resists on there, because we've got that bit of glaze on there. That's going nice. I love it. You know, you just sort of play around with these different areas. So now, yes, I've got blobs here. I've got a big, nice, juicy spray there. I don't particularly care. I can just wash it all out, if I'm honest. It makes no difference to me at all. But I just want you to say, just plonking something down and just letting yourself be a bit wild with colour instead of being so precise with a line. And it's got to be this and it's got to be that. Please, please, please be adventurous. I mean, yeah, say I still ain't got the hang of these things, and I have got a machine, but I'll be doing this tonight with the alcohol inks. So let me just give it a bit of a dry, have a bit of a whirl. Mandy over there, oh, fabulous. Hopefully you had some nice weather. I'm staying in Costa del Wolverhampton. Fabulous place. I'll just be crafting and just doing my normal nonsense. There's nothing else. But it's okay. Family and friends and all the rest of it. I'm loving how that's gone nice here. That's gone gorgeous and dark and dingy. Love it. Then we're going to the day. Fair play here. That's a trek for a day. Mind you, sometimes that's all you need. Day trip, hey? You know what I'm saying, Cocker. Okie dokie. So, let's just dry this off. Oh, got a bit there. Bit there, bit here, bit there. Bloody 52 is leaving my house at 7 if you want to come. Oh really? Okay. Message me later. I'll see what's going in, as the saying goes. But yeah, PM me. That'll be an adventure. I like adventures. We do adventures. We do adventures well, actually. So to me now, I want a bit of white into this. I want to break up. Oh yeah, indeed it is. Indeed it is. So it's just having those little bits of sort of abstracts, however you want to explain it, colour. I'm just wondering whether that'll, yeah, it might do. Let me investigate. Hold on, people. Let me just dip a bit of that in there. A bit of that in there. Let's have a look. Right, let me just, oh yay. Okay, a new thing for the old college brushes with old Timmy. They're ever so good at splashing, splattering. Love it. Okay, yep. That'll do for me. Okie dokie. Go for it later. Die by the sea. Oh, do you know something? Wouldn't it just? Hey, wouldn't it just? Right, I'm just going to put that there a second. Let me just rinse the brush out. Yeah, that'll do. Sorted. Right, I just want a bit of water on this now to move the white. Now, while we're moving the white, I'm just thinking, do I want another colour on there? Yes, I do. I'm going to go Twisted Citron. I'm not going to spray though this time. I'm just going to splat. I just want to add that because we've got the yellow in there with the pink and the purple and yay ho. Do you know something? I might squirt it actually. Why not? I mean, look at the state of this. Filthy. Love it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, who was talking about what's it now? Let's do who on the piano. I forgot her name now, but you know what I mean. Oh, still got that in my head now. Oh yes, yes, yes. Okay, hold on. I just need a little bit of. Let me move that. I don't want that. I want that. I want that. I want that one. That's a bit better. So I've got a bit of that white showing through. So again, we've changed it. Victoria Ward, thank you. I knew one of you guys would know it, and it was one of you guys that blooming said it the other day as well. I thought, yeah, Victoria would. Brilliant. Now, because we've got the glaze and that on it, it really will. Oh, dear me. Yeah. Oh, dear. Right, let me dry. Love it. I'm just going to give this a quick blast as well while we're at it. Get your woman's weekly. Ain't that true? Yes. Honestly, she sung about proper life, but well, she was just like, she was very, very, well, she's very talented. You know what I mean. Dinner ladies. I like to stand up stuff. Very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Okay. Me like that. Now, all I want now is some gold. Now, let me get some paint. Let's get some paint. Is it going to work? Rich Gold Limited. Oh, that sounds nice. We'll have some of that. Right, so you can get a wax. I have got acrylic system 3. Let me see if the lid's going to come. So, it's this one that I broke the other day. Love it. Obviously, it's not mended because it's me. So I am just going to, oh crikey, no, I'm not going to, well, that's come out now, so that's, yeah, don't forget your thumbs up. Oh dear, thumbs up, and like Lisa's broke the thing again. Oh dear. Oh, well hurt. Okay, I want to know, so I'd probably say this is where a crayon would work well, but I only want it here and there, to be honest with you. So, well, that just looks like something very unappetizing my dog would do in the garden. It's okay. I just wanted to share that with you, you know. So, the thing is, it's just sort of trusting a process. I mean, do you know something? I'm liking the effect. Yeah. Oh, and if anybody, did anybody tune into Andy Skinner? I missed it. I don't know if he'll do a rerun or not, but it's all about the TV now and the release. Yeah, that's the one. Bash me on the bum with a woman's feet. That's the one. That's the one. Pastel will be coming out shortly. Don't panic. But you see, sometimes you gotta get out what you icing for a long time, and obviously this stuff needs using. To be fair. Now, and because it's wet, I could put another product on if I wanted to, because it would hold it because it's still wet, you know. See, there is logic in these things, only just. But then again, you see, there's another, let's have a, let me just give that little wipe, pre-wipey over. There we go. Oh, hello, we got a bit of white on that. I don't like that. There we go. That's what now this is what I like. The fact that if you do something where you've got that embossing glaze down, obviously you've got that resist, so it wipes off. So to me, perfect. And you have got so many different textures on this now. We could cut that up. That could be a backing, it could be a tag, could be absolutely anything. Talking of pan pastels, yes, you could do pan pastels on it. Where's my golds? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So pan pastels, there is a gold section. There's some gorgeous, it's a pack of 3 with the golds. You got this one, and this one. I got 2 of that one, but absolutely fabulous, you know. So again, let me open this and just give you a demo on that, as just adding it simple. I got, oh, see, now I've got blinking, got paint there now. See, look what you lot have made me do, honestly. Dock's over. Yeah. Yeah, let me just let me get that up, because you know exactly what I'm going to do. You just know, don't you? Annie Skinner is on now. Yes, I know he's on now. So is anybody doing a bit of a duel? So give us a heads up as we go. I know obviously he's got his new release, and he's obviously going on telly. So it's a hobby maker. It's the same people on the both channels. That's all I'm going to say there. Love them all to bits, but we've got the same thing going on the same things. Right, okay, so gold. Okay, oh, hello. Look at that. Beautiful. So let's just have a skim over that. Yes, 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 yes. Now that brings any sort of glaze that you've got. Now, let me just see which one that is. And it is rich gold in the pan pastels. Very, very, very nice. In fact, it's that nice. I'm going to go over. I'm going to take away the colour. Don't worry. I just want to actually see if I can buff it out. The best thing with pan pastel is it's only a powder, so you can wipe it over if you wanted to with El Clotho, like so, because there's a resist on it. It wipes back off, but if there's any nooks and crannies in, it will stay in. So let me get my other cloth and just buff it, as you do. Yeah. So this gold is lovely, and I would highly recommend rich gold. Beautiful. I'm not going to put any more on because I'm going to end up wanting to do the whole shebang, which I'm now going to do because I've said it. It's like one of them things, you know, when it's in your head. It's like, yes, it's got to be done. There we go. Okay, sorted. Yeah. So is it giving out any secrets or anything, Mr. Skinner? You know, fill us in. Jump on there. Have an earful. Come back. Fill us in. Or just do a dual watch. Just watch us both, you know, which will be nice. Right, okay, so I tell you what, that has actually picked it up really nice. So you've got the gold, you've got the patina, you've got the browns, you've got the grunge. Me like. So let's just whack the lid on that. Oh, just got slightly attacked by my glass. So I'll put my glass board down here out the way, as you do, and I forgot about it and I've not put it back. But it's all right, I'll survive. I've got another leg. Right, let's just move that out the way. Right then, so yes, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to leave that. So to me now, I've got that nice grungy and I've got this. Now, if you wanted to have this effect on, you can put over, love the gold. Honestly, the gold has really changed the card proper. And that is just pan pastel. So for me, that pan pastel rich gold, and it is rich. It's better than the paint. That paint is going in the bin, because the paint is just about as much use as a chocolate teapot. The pan pastel gold has really popped. Better than a wax, you know, like the gilding waxes you can get. Very, very nice. Very nice. And I like the way it's getting all the pits of the card. You know, yeah. So I'm happy. So if you wanted this sort of effect, now this is nearly dry, but I'm happy to work on it. There you go. How easy is that? So this was just white card, and all I've done on here was put some of the liquid pearls on, different colours, and then all I've done then is get the stencil, put a bit of crackle paste on. I'm just forgetting everything I'm using. I won't hurt you. And now I'm going to build it up. So we've got two. I mean, that is, with it being raised, I've lost none of the raised as well. So, you know, none of that embossing, I've lost none of it. So I'm really, really chuffed about that. So I can leave that as that and put a nice piece on, or just leave it as it is. Same as this, or I can chop it up into an A6 or even into a tags. Me like both of them. I even like this little one and this one as well, to be fair. So there you go. Let's put them there. Let's play with this one. So first of all, we have got resist around, obviously, where I've put it around the outer. So let's get a colour on as well. Let's get some greens on this one. Let me get some peel paint, which is my fave, and twisted citron. So let me move those over yonder. I have actually got, let me just bring maybe a bit of peacock feathers into it. But at the minute, I'm going for greens. So I'll do the lightest one first, which is twisted citron. So at the minute, I'm still sticking with the format. Now, I don't care, I'm just blasting it on. I'm talking to you guys. I'm not too worried about what's going where. Don't panic about it. But the actual, these pearls make a really great resist, because obviously they're made, or they've got that protective coating over it. Perfect. He says it's children's stamps of, yes, I know. I've seen them. I'm just wondering what he's saying, you see. I'm just being nosy. Oh, dear me. It's just one of them. Yes, they're fabulous. I must admit, they're absolutely gorgeous. But, oh, can't wait. It's just, I asked the question actually earlier to see whether the release is going to be just the TV thing, or is it going to be like in the shops as well. So he said the shops are pre-ordering as well. So on the day of release, like the shops as well as the TV will have stock, which is really, really good, which I'm happy about, because I'm not too sure with regards to who or where I'm ordering my stuff from yet. That's just personal preference at the end of the day. Right, so I'm just popping some peacock feathers on. And then we've got that twisted citron. Now I want to have a look what it looks like with a little bit of water on. Now, because we've got all these products on, we've got things that are going to roll around, move around. He's saying he's re-releasing. Yeah, he will do, yeah. Because it's under a new company as such. So that makes sense realistically. And pastels are hard for me to get here. Another thing. Oh, wow, Anne-Marie. Gosh, you have so many problems getting your products. I really do feel for you. I think that's why we're quite blessed in the UK, where we can actually get a lot of things. Even when they're overseas, we can normally get them quite easily. I know that, you know, if I order, say for instance, off Amazon from America, I know that I get what I'm after, sort of thing, you know. So we've got some splatters going on with this. We've got the resist of where I put the crackle paste, and obviously that will stay there, nothing will go in. I had to think about pastel one. Oh wow, okay. God, I tell you what, it's absolutely crazy, isn't it? What things that people can't get, and as crafters, you should be able to freely get what you want to get at the end of the day. It's just shocking, absolutely shocking. Right, so I've got antique bronze, and these are in the distressed crayons. Now, somewhere under all of this carnage, I can just about see, we have a pattern. Yeah, we've got that stencil. Probably not going to stay because I'm just going to add, whoops a daisy, knocking people out. I'm going to have a little bit of that there. And then we're going to bring that round there. So yeah, so I'm hoping, just popped over to see Andy Stamps release papers. And, oh, okay, fabulous. Papers, stencils. Yeah, I know he's doing some papers. I haven't seen any of them. Is he actually showing anything, or is he just talking about it? Be nice to see what we've got to put aside financially. Remortgaging again. Crumbs, honestly. We must be mad, we must be. Right, I'm going to put some texture. I'm going to put the opaque in, which is the white. Just popped over to say, yes, oh, that just all the gas. See, you lot are just keeping me all on my toes here, isn't you? So what am I going to do this time? Let's grab this stem. Oh, I'll tell you what, I haven't used this one. No, he's just talking. Oh, that's a shame. So we've got no he's naughty, you know, just waiting for that big day where it's just going to be all on the telly. So the only thing that puts me off, and I'm just speaking very loosely with you guys as well, this is my own personal thing, nothing X, Y or Z. Yeah, it's got, yeah, clear stamps, yeah, okay. I think when you order from certain companies, TV ones, and I have ordered, by the way, off a certain company channel, you just don't get the stuff. You're just waiting forever and a day for things. So that's why I think I personally would like to, yes, I am getting a cloth and wiping it, by the way, be able to either go to a local company that I know is going to send it out when they say, instead of waiting for orders, backlogs and stuff like that. But I mean, it might be different this time around. I don't know. This is where we're all going to have to play a bit of a learning curve, I suppose, a learning game, isn't it? Right, so something's a bit different, why not? I'm going to clean this straight away because obviously I am using a crackle textured paste, so I don't want it to ruin the stencil. So I am going to brush it over, but I am going to wash it properly later, just so you are aware I do it properly. But yeah, I mean, I know that there's you know, when you look at the comments on certain, you know, on certain Facebook places, and it's like they're just waiting for months for their products, and it's like, oh, I don't want to be doing that. You know, when you want stuff and you want it now, which we are true crafters. That's us. we want it now. It's like, oh, I don't know, it's just like, oh, hard, isn't it? Find some of the shops that will actually ship. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you know, it's one of them, I suppose. Everyone's got to weigh up the pros and cons, unfortunately. But, I mean, you have got, I know Tracy Evans ships over to you. So you have got something sorted. I some Dragon's Cross and Raw send it stuff super fast. Yes, definitely. She was on the design of me. Oh, brilliant. There we go. Sorted. Let me draw that. Yeah, Hazel's lovely. Let me just dry this off. See what we can squirt onto there to give it a bit. Now, while this is wet, you could put on your glazes, you can put on your embossing powders. You know, it's one of them. Let me just give her a little blasty. And because I don't want white on there, then I do want a colour to correspond with everything else, which will be brown. So, let me get, I don't want to go too dark. Walnut stain, yes, we'll get that. I think we've all got our preferences to who we like to shop with. But I'm just curious. Oh, crikey, that was a good one. I'm just curious to see how, with the new channel, you know, the new hobbycraft, yeah. Oh, see, I've even forgot already. Now, the thing what I like about this, putting on the liquid pearls, you don't like something, you can just wipe it off. It's absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Now, I'm going to see whether I can actually, I'm not going to waste that, by the way. Oh, yeah, oh, I've got a bit of paper somewhere. Let's have a look. Let me just bring that in, because I have got, as you can see, I've obviously got the other pattern there as well. So let me just do a little bit of a smooshy. Even though we have got that card there, we have got areas of card without any product on. Oh, look at that. That's just grunge heaven. Hold on. Let me just grab a little bit of paper to get that up. Let me get a card here. I've got a fingerprint on that, so you're coming with me. Perfect. Right, so let's just have a quick smooch. So never waste your products, you know, because we can quite, look at that, we can make a nice little background card out of that. I'm not going to need any more of that, so I am going to take that up. So wasteful Lisa, I do apologise, because I don't like wasting products. I'm quite thrifty when it comes to it. I mean, I do like getting my products, but I am like, you know, a case of I don't like wasting it in that sense, you know. Right, let's dry this off, because I really like the way this is turning out now. Let's have a look. Let's dry this into the card. Bam, bam, bam. Love it, love it, love it. Grab that off there. Perfect. And I'm definitely going to get some more of that pan pastel on here with the brown. And you got that reds going through. Love it. Right, so I'm just going to put some, I think, is it cornfields or something? Corn flour. I knew it was corn something. Okay, so on here now, in fact, if I put a blob on here, finger, and then I'm just going to literally just rub it over, just so it hits that little bit of a pattern as well. Because, I mean, that's the best thing with this. It hasn't got to be perfect. It hasn't got to look amazing. I'm just going to buff a bit off, put a bit on, sort of thing. Put a bit over here where you've got that bit of green, greeny blue. Yeah, love it. I'm going to put a bit around here. And then I just want to pull. In fact, let me just put a bit here. That's it. Perfect. And then I'm just going to get some of that gold again, because I am really taken with that gold. It's absolutely fabulous. Put some of the gold, and then I'm going to have a bit of play with the alcoholics, I think. Right, gold. Feel like I'm going to sing out blooming Spandau Ballet. Back into the 80s and all that. Right, let me just grab this. I'll do it sort of on camera with you. Right, so there we go. That's it. I'm just going to pop it round so I can just roughly see that stencil, and I just want to pull that out really. I love Flourish. I think it's the most gorgeous stencil ever. I don't know, it's just one of them. You know, you've just got your go-to's. Flourish is mine, if I'm honest. Love it with a passion. But against that Merlot, it's looking quite extravagant, to be fair. So I'm really liking the look of that as well. So again, that could be then chopped up. Time for me to go. No, you're welcome. Love ya. Bye, Maggie Moo. So yeah, so for me, that is definitely, if you haven't got this one in your collection, I would say, if you like your golds and your bit of poshity, that has gone over there absolutely beautifully. So that's another one. So let me just whack that over there. Let me wipe my fingers. I am definitely going to put this out the way now, because I'm going to get my poofer out. My poofer, my puffer, whatever you want to call it. It's coming out. Right, let me tidy up a second, because the only thing I would say is I need space. So let me move all these bits and pieces. Let's move them. Let me move that. Box and bits of this, that and the other. Okay, there we go. Whoops, crumbs. Let me put that there, put that there. You know when you just put yourself and it falls down and it's broke and it, oh, crumbs. There we go. Sorted. Right, let me just get a different, that feels grainy. Which gold is it? It's Pan Pastels Rich Gold. So that's the one I used. The paint I used first of all, which was like no good, was acrylic. I think it was System 3. By Amanda. Oh yeah, but Amanda's gone, bless her. Let me just wipe my hands. I'm fluffing. I feel like I'm foaming at the mouth here. Right, okay. Let me get my cloth. See, I've even got myself a little towel. I'm doing ever so well, you know. Just need a beer, you know. Be heaven then. But hey ho, well, I'll digress. Right, mess. Let's put this here. Right, let's put these away so we're not. Actually, I might keep a stencil out, because there's some fabulous things you can do with stencils and alcohol inks. Now, I'm sure most of you, now I ain't going to tell anyone to suck eggs at all. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that do stencils, that do alcohol inks and all that sort of stuff. I'm very impressed with them, by the way. Love, 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 love. We'll look over them again in a bit. That's dried, so, you know, again, we've got a bit of a tag for something. Let me move the embossing powders out the way. So that's there, that's there, that's there. Tickety boo. More boo than tickety, as the saying goes. There we are, sorted. Right, let's get that out the way. Okay, right, so alcohol ink. Now, I am very new to it. Amanda is the queen of it. She knows her stuff. Me, I just make a mess. So I know nothing technical apart from the fact that you move it with blending solution or isopropyl, that stuff, yeah, and that's it. Now I've got a puffer. I've also got a machine, like an air, well, I have got like a, what do you call it? An air thing anyway, yeah. Air spray thing. No, it's not an air spray. Oh, well, it's gone out my head anyway. So I have an electric one. Airbrushing, that's it. Christ almighty, where's my brain? So yeah. So I have done airbrushing before. I love it. Right consistency. It's your best friend. But doing this, it's out of my control sort of thing. So let me just grab, for one, I've got some paper. So I've got two here. Do you have Yupo paper? I have Yupo paper. There you go. And I've also got coated card. Yeah. Again, personal choice, personal preference. Makes no difference at all. It does roughly the same things. Again, you'll probably disagree with me and say no. But each to their own. It don't bother me. I'm not precious about it's got to be X, Y, and Z, and it's got to be this, it's got to be that. Let me just find some. Right, so that's got isopropyl, whatever it is in. And it's this 91% rubbing alcohol. So that's got that in there. So I'll put that there. So anything you see me squirt will be that. And then, where's my little bottle? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm going to use some smudge blending solution. So I'm going to use some Ranger stuff. And I am going to use, oh, I'll tell you what, I'll use mushroom. So mushroom and smudge, why not? Fab on a little metal tin. Yes, definitely. There's loads of different things that you can do with this. It's just like crazy. Now, I have got like mixatives, gold, silvers, you name it, it's in the pot. But just for tonight and for this small little area, I'm just going to do small little thing, yeah? So, what I've found with this stuff is it blobs all over the place. It's very runny. You have no control out of it. Do you let it dry first before you put anything on? Some people do, some people don't. I'm going to add another colour into it. So I've got 2 colours. Again, some people do, some people don't. Some people only use the alcohol blending solution. Again, some people do, some people don't. Now, I liken it to do its little thing, and then all I'm going to do is give it a whirl. Now, you can, when you've got your machine, okay, bye Anne-Marie, thanks for joining. You can move it around, you can do whatever you like. You can then put on this isopropyl, whatever you want to call it, and again allow the ink to move, yeah? You can put other colours on. So this is where building up different, let me just take the lids off these because I'm going to add and faff around and whatnot, bless. So Anne-Marie's off, bless her cottons. So you can put on, let's just put a big blob on. You can put on as much or as little as you like. You can just use the ISO if you want to. And again, there's nothing wrong with whatever products you're using because you can mix and match these. Again, obviously, the more you move it around, the more product you're going to use. So again, it can be quite a costly thing. Now, I was lucky enough that I was able to get some stuff off a lady on eBay, and I think she was just selling all the stuff off. So I've managed to get quite a lot of bits and pieces very, very cheaply. And that's all the reason why. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing all of this stuff, trust me. I have not got a never-ending bank account. I'm just like you guys, a regular person with bills to pay, etc, etc. So, again, it's all about personal choice. Do I add some more mixing fluid on? Why not? I've put loads on there now. Now, the thing what I love about this is you've got so many different colours. And to what I've gathered with what I've watched, the amount of different things that Tim Holtz put into this and making them and sort of getting everything right and bang on. Wow, it's mind-boggling, the stuff that goes into these colours just to allow us to make all these different weird and wonderful shapes. Now, let me let that dry off a minute. Dry. Bum. Now I want some else going on in this. So at the minute we've got blues, we've got some pinks, we've got browns. So I am going to put a little bit, oh look at that splodgy here, splodgy there. Let's just do a couple of splodges, yeah? And then I'm going to put a splodge of this, why not? Now it's up to you. Shifts it in. Yes, it does indeed. So the blending will blend the colours well. And so will this as well. Don't get me wrong. Everything blends and everything shifts in different ways. It's how you want your finished product to look. And that's the other thing. It's understanding what these do. So you can quite easily get a spray and spritz it. And it'll do a mess and move it around. You've got all the little cells and all the movement and stuff. And then you can move it back around because you've got it on there. And it goes on and on and on. It really is a never-ending thing because once it's dry, it's dry. However, if you put the alcohol back on it, it reactivates it. And I really like that about the product. However, it's when to stop. And that seems to be the thing. Let me just dry this off, and all I want to do now is just, I don't know, a couple of little drops, and I'm gonna say that's it now, Lisa, stop, because I could just keep going on and on and on and on and on and on and on with this. So that sort of, let me see, I'm just gonna move. I don't like, I'm a bit funny about just a blob there. Now, if you add another colour in, so say for instance, I've got like the neon colours. So we've got a little bit of a purple in there. We've got blues in there. So it makes sense for me. Oh, I'll tell you what, somewhere in here, let me look. Not that one. Here. So I've got alcohol pearls. So it has an alcohol pearl set. So you have to give it a really good shake. I haven't got anything, so no, it's all right. Yes, I'm going to get the bright orange. Let me just put this on first on. So this, for instance, I'm just going to do a dot here and a dot there. And it's got the shimmering, just like his sprays. So, again, you can see on that, if you want to move it around and you want to add a little bit of something to shift it about and do the okey pokey and all the rest of it. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder to myself, how on earth do I manage to get such funky patterns? But again, it's just, all it is literally trial and error sort of thing, realistically. So I'm just going to put a little bit of white on. So you've got your mixative colours, you've got black and you've got white and all the rest of it. So this is a mixative colour. So you can put your mixative on, move them around. I'm just going to put another colour into this. So look at this. So I'm really going for it now. And I'm just going to move it around just a little bit, just here and there. So that white now makes it lovely if I wanted to stamp over it, because I've got that lighter one. But I'm going to put a bit of the blend in, because that's exactly what it is. I want it to blend, I want it to move. So I'm just going to pick this up. And then again, if you want like those cell sort of looks and you want the movement. So if you've got a straw, for instance, and you're blowing it, just make sure you're blowing away with breath. Last thing I want you to do is be taking an inward breath and end up at A&E, because you've got fume intake. You know, I don't know your health, so I'm not going to turn around and say, well, you know, do whatever, X, Y, and Z. I'm not like that. Let me just bring this down here. Then the best thing about this, you can just move the ink around. It's like, it's fab. So, and this is where I just don't know when to stop, you see. And that's what happened earlier on when I was doing this with Mum. It was like, oh, where do we stop? We just kept going and going and going. So you can see now that you've got that white in the middle. You could put black. That's where you get your black centre for your flowers. You blow them out. But there, this now, orange, yes. He's got two gorgeous orange. He's got Ignite and he's got this Caution. Oh, dear me. They look different, but oh, my gosh. They are unreal. I'm going to put them on here, because you can. Now I am gonna, this one is Ignite. So I've also got all the fluorescent yellow and greens, proper back into the 80s. And this one is Caution. I mean, look how that's just going now. Oh, honestly, it's stunning. So you can see the difference with the colours there already. Just for the depth, you know, the depth of the colour is like, wow. Absolutely wow. So I am just going to just pop a bit on here and around there. I'm going to let it do its little thing a second, and then I'm just going to start moving, not too much, but I'm just going to move it around just so we get that pattern. We get the white in there, we get the orange, we get the that muddy brown, you know, the ones that you don't really want. But if you want grunge, it's perfect for it, absolutely perfect. And then I am just going to move just around a little bit. Yeah, woohoo. Now, if you're really brave, you can put some black on there, or you can draw or stamp onto it. And when it's dry, you can stamp. So let me just move that around. See, now I just want to move that. See, you just see what I mean? It's just never ending. And I can see I'm just going to get through that much fluid, but everyone's going, oh, she's using loads of fluid. It's one of them. I'll use what I'm comfortable with. Don't panic. I have quite a bit of it. Trust me, I'm prepared for this. You see, now I just want to add a bit more of this into it. You see what I mean? So before you know it, it's took over your life. I can see how people get addicted to these. Now I am going to put in some of this one, and this one is called Fluorescent. Woohoo! Now this, I love this. This is just crazy. This proper takes me back to the 80s, this does. And again, you can leave it like that, let it stay on there. Just mix it around really gently, so you've got those gentle plumes. Or you can put the blenders on them and blend it through. There we go. In fact, let me just... So all I'm going to do now is just literally probably just tap a bit here and there. And it will move it around. And again, this is where you say, enough, done, dusted, stop, rewind, don't do it. So for the muddy mess, I'll be quite happy to put a bit of vintage photo onto that, blend it, and away we go. Now, the other option is you can just, let me just get the neons, I think, why not? Let's just go for it. Ugh. So instead of doing that with a mix of colours, you can just put, we'll have to catch up. It's all right, don't worry, Helen. Thanks for joining. It's one of them. Andy was on. So it gives the gossip if you've been watching Andy. We all need to know these things. Oh, I've got to watch the rerun, you say. And at least then if you guys fill us in, I ain't got to worry too much about a rerun. Oh dear. Right, so there we go. Let's just put a bit of colour into there. Right, so I'm not going to put any, I'm just going to put a bit of the blending in. So I'm keeping all the products the same. And I'm going to try, have you ever tried this with alcohol pens? Yes. I'm going to try and keep all the products the same. So it's sort of, it's fair on if I post in different places and stuff like that. But you see, to me, it's just literally, it's never ending. The amount of different things you can do with this, it's like, oh, crazy. So for me, I like to use, see, I ain't put me the electric on because it makes such a noise. But me and this puffer thing, just like, are you still with Nice Crafting? Nigel is looking after his dad and doing other things at the moment. So I'm going to have to give him a call actually and see what he's up to and whatnot. But no, so if I do like my stamp release, it'll be under my own brand as such, as in me. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, if Nigel needs me, he knows I'm a call away, so to speak. So there's no problems there anyway. Right, so I'm just putting a bit of ISO on it now, just to give it a little move, a little push. There we go. Now let's just put it on here. Wasn't sure about the neons. The neons are absolutely gorgeous. It's just cost at the end of the day for me personally. But I did find, and I'll be honest with you, there was a company on, now I don't know if it was Amazon or eBay, I'd have to check my account. And I didn't spend a lot, if I'm honest, and that's why I thought, you know something, I'm going to try them. Because not doing this before, I don't like spending out if I don't know what I'm spending on, if that makes sense. So once it's dry, it's dry. But you can't buff it up and rub it off because it will rub off. So, you know, these are the little daft things that you've got to think to yourself, oh, okay. If you add in your other colours in, just for like different bits of depth. Now this smudge is like a lovely, like an undercolour, which I'm going to have to put a bit of blending on it. Which probably, I don't know if it makes sense, hopefully it would, but it gives you that lovely sort of, I'm going to play with this tomorrow because I want to get the electric one on it because I can really push these colours out. Because this is about as much use as a chocolate teapot. You know, it's one of them. I don't know, my mum does it, to be fair. I suppose some people must get used to it. It's like doing it with a straw, isn't it? How on earth? But anyway. So I've given it a squirt. Oyster. So you got all the little movement and the little bubbles and the little tweaks coming along, which I think is absolutely fabulous. I'm just going to pick a colour. What I've got here, denim. So the neons really do give an absolute fabulous, oh, that's a nice dark colour, really fabulous blob and sort of pop of colour, because you can mix them with other colours as well, you know. So don't think it's just a one-trick pony where, you know, you can mix your yellow, your neon yellow with the yellows, etc, etc. So there's a lot of other options you can do with them. Oh no, that's nice. And again, it's all a learning curve for me. So I do not, this is tip of the iceberg for me, and I ain't shy to say it, but I will be picking Amanda's brains to go, Amanda, what am I doing wrong here? Or how can I get this effect? Or I'll just be on YouTube storming it like you normally do, to have a look at new techniques and new people to follow. You know, so, and I do exactly the same as what you guys do. Find somebody that has got a style, and I follow them and I watch them and I ask for tips and advice and stuff like that. So, you know, don't be shy to, you know, do that. Reach out to people. I get a lot of people reach out and ask me questions, and I'm more than happy to actually help support those people. This is pitch black, and this is pitch black. It is fabulous. Now, obviously, with black, be careful. I'm going to lose the whole thing now. And I know that for sure because of what's on here. But I'm just going to put a little bit of mixer on. Whoop, move that out of the way. There we go. Let's put that on there. Now this will do its own thing, daft as it is. But I'm just going to try and be really gentle with it, just to get those like little, you know, those like little watermarks. I like little watermarks. So that's where me being an oxide girl comes into it. But this is where you can really create the most crazy looking designs. But you just got to be patient with it. And realistically, have I got patience? Not really. You know, I'm just like you guys. I want to do something now, and I want it to be amazing now, and I've got to learn. But that's part and parcel of our knowledge and growing our knowledge and supporting each other. So there's your neons, all the craziness. I'm actually going to put some of the yellow into this as well, actually. Yeah, definitely. I think around here would be nice, and even around here. Why not? There we go. So, you know, if you want neons, go for it. This isn't to get you to buy any products or anything like that. All I'm doing is just showing you different things and just how you can incorporate this into your everyday crafting. I am just going to put a little bit of blending, well, the oyster doodah on here. I'm just going to take it into there. So as long as you're pointing it in the right direction, it's wet, it'll go somewhere. Which I know it's a bit of a weird thing for me to say, but it's fact. If you want to bring it into, you just puffer it down that way. But I must say, when you get it where you want it and it looks really nice, stop. That's all I'm going to say, is stop, because otherwise you will get the most gorgeous thing and then you'll lose it because you'll puffer it away. So, you know, and I've done that time and time again, but then it sort of turned into something else. I thought, oh, okay. But yeah, so don't be sort of, you know, because it will happen. I'll tell you that now for nothing. And I'm clearly doing it myself now, but you know, I've just got a little bit of wetness there, so I thought, well, there you go. Okay, so totally different. I'm going to stamp on that to change it. That's really funky, so I might even halve that and do it into tags, but I want it to dry. So if I buff that off, right, so if you buff it off, it will come off. Yeah, product, too much product, etc, etc. So don't think you can buffer this out like you can with your flat colours. You can't with the neons, because you will buffer it off. All right, so with where there's no neons, you can buffer it and give it a bit of a shiny look. When you've got your neons on, forget it. So just leave it as it is. But that in its own right is fabulous. So let me just move these out the way. And what I will say is there's a lot of different sizes. I've got a large blending solution, which obviously I'm going to need because I'm just using it like it's water. Don't worry, I will learn somewhere along the lines. However, what I might say is, where you've got these alcohol inks, in fact, let me use this one because I've used that one over and over again. It might be a case of, if you know it's going to buff off, let me just get a dry cloth. So this is totally dry, and I don't know whether this is going to lift off or not, so let's have a look. Maybe it's doing something. But it's another way for you to look and maybe think about a different look to a tag or a card. So let me just, I don't know what this is going to look like underneath, so we're doing it together. Oh yeah, I can roughly see there is a little bit of something there. There we go, let's have a look. Okay, so now if I put on, ooh, oh yeah, I tell you what, it's lethal stuff. There we go. Okay. Now over that I can put maybe a distressed glaze. You could put a medium on it. You could put a paste on it. Again, wild your oyster at the end of the day. Or you can stamp on it. A nice black stamp. So I have got, what have I got? I've got a Versa or archival. Choices are yours now. I've done both, and I must admit I like both for different things. I like the archival because it dries quickly on certain projects, and I like Versa because it stays wet. Again, it's whatever you feel is right for you. So let me just grab me a plate. That one will do. Let me grab a stamp. Let's have a look what we got. Let's have some sort of silhouette. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I'll do the trees. This is from 52. I'm going to do these trees here. I don't know how they look. In fact, probably the trees would go better on that, to be fair. Let's see. Now, again, because you've got a little bit of neon in there, be mindful. Let's ink up. So I'm going to use Versa. The only reason why I'm using Versa is it's my go-to at the minute, and I'm still learning with the archival. So let's have a look. I'm going to go in the middle and straight down, so I'm going to go straight on and out. I'm just going to make sure it's on. Okay, yeah. Now I was expecting that, so don't worry. When it goes like that, I'll wait for it to dry, and then I will like fill it in basically. Now you can paint. Again, it's your choice. It's what you're comfortable with. But once that's fully dry, I will go over it. So I'll go over it with either, you can go over it with a zig. You can go over it with, is that black? Let's have a look. So you can go over it with a brush marker. You can go over it with a zig. You can go over it with watercolour pencils. Once it's dry, you can go over it with paint. You can go over it with acrylics. It's your call at the end of the day. It's what you're comfortable with and what you've got, you know, because not everybody's got, you know, paints and different things and different products. Now, with it being wet still, you could twinkle a bit of rock candy on there. You could put a little bit of distressed glaze on. You could have like done it down and done it with Versamark if you wanted to do it. But again, it's, you know, it's your choice. Now, let me just see. Yeah, we can go in with that. So basically I'm going over this. Now this is with my zigs. And because it's it's still wet. So that means the zig is going down as well as moving the product that's on here. So I can quite easily go down and then along here. Let me ground them. Why not? And then where I've got any gaps, I'm just going to pull them together. And, you know, you look at the stamp, it is not a pristine tree. The way it's stamped down is down to, it's not down to the stamp, it's down to me, what I'm using and product, etc. So, you know, it's not down to the problem with the stamp itself. Far from it. The stamp is brand new, though that one hadn't been used. It was brand new until I got my hands on it. There we go, sorted. And then here, down here, Let me just get something light, something tiny. Let's have a diddly doo dah. Let me just grab. Let's have a look. Oh, let's just grab. There we go. Let me see. Let me see. When you're looking for something, you can't find it. Always the way into. There we go. Right. Okay. So let's have a. Let me grab a block. Just a little block. That'll do. So I'm just going to go across here. Bit of paper. Let's have a look there. Perfect. Right. So I'm going to use archival, and that's the jet black waterproof. And again, all I'm going to do is just put that down just as I would on paper. And the reason why I'm doing this is just for how quick this will be and for how dainty it will give me. So there are, like I say, there are different ones are going to do different things. So if you're using VersaFine, make sure you're happy with how it's going to go on this particular product. If you're using archival, it's going to dry really quickly, which is a bonus for this particular product. Yeah. So again, let me just wipe that off. I just needed something dainty on there and just something quick, and that will do. Let's whack that back in the box of doom. Dum, 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 to the box of doom. So again, you could leave it like that. You could smudge the bottom because it's not fully dry, which would then give you an effect of misting. And if you're going to go for an effect of misting, I'd then say to you, you get your pan pastels out, and then I do what I do, and then I'm going to put my layers on. So again, I'm going to put a nice blob, a right blob of mist on that, which ain't a blob of mist, it's just a blob of pan pastel. So again, you do what you're comfortable with. So from a naff, really drab looking background, which I thought, crikey, what on earth? I've got something that's half decent with a few trees and that now, bit of misting. Get well soon on there. Put different, you know, dragon or whatever. I don't know. A couple of birdies and things like that. But you can really build up the card in so many different ways. And it's the same as that. I mean, you can put butterfly on there. You could put anything on that. You could stick a very dainty flower here and have that blossoming up, for instance, you know, or a cauldron. That could be a cauldron at the bottom and spurging up. So there's so many different things that you can do when you've made a mess, because that's what I've made tonight, a mess, yeah? But from that mess, we've captured something, you know, and don't think, you know, whatever sort of thing. Let me just put on here. So, you know, if you really have got sort of, yeah, let's go for it, you know, one of them moments, they happen. Not very often with some of you guys, but, you know, they do happen. I know they do. I've heard you. Let's do a couple of birdies here and there. And again, you know, you could put anything along here. I'm not going to do it with this pen because it's a fine liner. But you can get your pencils out. Now, I do know when you're on the coated card, some pencils will go on there, some will not. You know, so again, let me just get a little something on that just to pull. Let me just find the smidgenest of things. That's what we've got. What's that? Nah, that'll do. Right, there you go. So let me just grab this, and I'm going to get the archival again because I know how quickly this dries. And all I'm going to do is do the same again. In fact, I don't normally do a straight edge. I normally do a curve. So I'm going to do that. Lick my finger. Pick it up. Do my bit. And all I want is just that little, where I've got my bit of misting, I just want to put a couple of little bits of grass sort of thing just in there, just a little bit. You haven't got to go OTT with this at all, and that just gives you your layer. So it's gone really quite interesting now. Let's just put that there, for instance. Let me just bring that around here. Perfect. I just want that. That's it. Perfect. There you go. Don't do anything else. No need to. There we go. Done and dusted. So that's it basically. Bit of alcohol ink, some stamping, some pan pastel, a little bit of freehand, do a couple of birds in the sky. There you go. Matte and layer it if you want to, or you can cut it up into a tag. Again, world's your oyster. But it just pulls that you can quite easily use different tags, different stencils, different products, mix them all together, spit them out, and you end up with something half decent, you know. So let me just move all these out the way, just so you can quickly see. Clatter, clatter, bang, bang, chop, chop, doodly. So a couple of stencils of your whole back all sorted. Woo! Fabulous. All I've done is just put a couple of Andy Skinner trees in, bit of grass, bit of this. But from what we've done today, we've just got little bits of collages. We've made that background. If you can imagine, if you've done something like that, well, something a lot better, obviously, but it just shows how you can matte and layer in different ways. It hasn't always got to be black, white, blue, green, whatever the norm is. You know, I mean, again, you could do that and even go something smaller. I mean, can you look at that for layered, and then something nice there. Something nice. Lisa says something nice. You know, let me just do it for instance. Only just something for the sake of it. Do you know what I mean? But this is where, don't be shy to play around with your products. Use your products. It's not all about putting a pearl down. Yes, they are liquid pearls, but my goodness me, they can be so much more. They are fabulous backgrounds. They make fabulous sort of texture. They go down gorgeously, and they've got, look at that shine. That is from these. So if you want to put your little dots down, go for it. That's your style, that's your thing. I'm not here to tell you to change or anything like that. I'm here to show you that there's other things that can be done with your products, that's all. And that's just me playing around and just having a faff. So a little bit of your alcohol inks. Ah, you're very welcome. I'm going to have to pick Amanda's brains on how to use alcohol inks, because there's so much more to them, and I'm not shy to ask for help and guidance either. And that's when you're in a good crafting circle of people. Everybody helps each other. So have a go. Get yourself some embossing folders. If you've got some, dig them out, have a play with them. If not, get some oil paints, put them down, play around with them. Mix and match to both, you know. Did you say alcohol pens work? Alcohol pens work, yes. No, bless you. Thank you, Sissy Pose. But yes, there's so many different things that you can do. But this is me all day long. All day long. Yeah. I love my backgrounds. I'm a background girl. It just, whatever product you're using, there's still a background there. It's whatever you put onto it that makes it you. Yeah. So that was my attempt, as I showed you all earlier, in regards, I'm still stroking my oils. Well, you know, when you stroke your oils, that's what you get. So that's oils, yeah. And I just put it down and then just done it fine. So oils, pastes, what else did I use? Textured paste, crackle paste, pearls, embossing nonsense. You name it, it's on here, sort of thing, yeah. But just play around. That's all you've got to do. Play, play, play. So, honestly, don't be shy. If you make a mess, remember this was a mess, but it turned out to something. Once I put that gold on and put another layer on, yeah, hey, mop up your mess. You've got something spare then. Whack some other products on. Rub it in with your fingers. Put some glaze on it. Don't be shy. I mean, look at that. I love that now. Okay, so go and have a play. Don't be shy. Have a go on stuff. And if you haven't got any of this specialised card, there's always ways of being able to use alcohol inks with no textured card, no UPO, no coated card. I have used alcohol inks on normal card, and I'll show you that on another demo. But anyway, I'm going now. I want a beer. So there you go. Say it as it is. So Love to you all. Thank you very much for joining. I'm going to catch up on Andy's now and hear about his lovely stamps, I'm sure. Yeah, the big ones are fabulous. I agree. I must admit, I do love these two textured. Yeah. Make a mess, honestly. Please, please, please make a mess. Enjoy your mess. Play around with your products. Feel it, touch it. You know, we're all loving something. Let's all stroke something without getting ourselves too messy. All right. So I'll say bye to you guys over here. Thank you so very, very much for watching and behaving yourselves and like me. Love to you all. So press the button there and say ta to them. Gone, tickety boo, done. Press that button there. And then you guys. Oh, you know how it goes. We'll see my mess. We'll see the carnage. There we go. I really do like these. Please, please have a go. If you've got some textured folders, have a go. Because look at that. Absolutely stunning. And I could put so many. I mean, let's just. I mean, that. If that was just a. If that was a topper. There you go. See you Sunday. You will indeed. So there you are. All right. You get the gist of it anyway. So. Have fun. I can't wait to see. Tag me in it. Put it into the group. Put it on my socials, whatever. But have fun. Can't wait to see what you come up with. But have a play. I'll see you all later. No night, sissy poos. Love ya. There's half your heart. You can do it back. Bam, bam, bam. Love ya. See you later.